quick video, straight to the point. Best saddle on the market. If you appreciate these short videos, give it a thumbs up. If you don't, give it a thumbs down. It's best saddles money can buy, I would say, come from Specialized and Bontrager and Selitalia, and it depends on the person. All right, I like Specialized saddles. I like Bontrager saddles. I like Selitalia saddles. I like the models that have the cutout there. All right, if you're packing a bit of girth, or if you just, I mean, anything, if you just try a saddle with a cutout and see what you think. Okay, Bontrager, Specialized. You got to try different saddles to see what works for you. Okay, so the next one we're looking at is the saddle angle. The angle refers to that or that. So nose up or nose down is your saddle angle. Your saddle setback, or fore and aft, is forward or backwards in the saddle rails. Okay, and now this is a 0 offset post, and you can have a post where it's sticking back a bit, and that would be like an offset post. This is 0 offset. Very easy to adjust. 2 bolts here. Tighten this one, brings the nose down, or tighten this one, brings the nose up. Okay, so ideally you want to have your saddle sort of level like that. Okay, if it's too pointed down, then you're going to be pre-rotated in your hips, which means your hips will be pointing forward, which means you'll be over the front like that. Okay, and if your saddle is too far up like that, you'll be more like that, and you'll have a lot of pressure here, a lot of friction. And if you've got a dong, then that dong ain't gonna be strong later at night. So you wanna have your saddle basically dead level. Experiment with that. Please just experiment with your saddle angle. Don't leave it up to your bike shop. Don't leave it up, oh, I'll get a bike fit one day. No. Do it yourself. Learn how to adjust your saddle angles before and after, and it makes such a difference because the bike fit is dynamic. Okay, what does dynamic mean? Changing all the time, like a woman's moods or a feminine man's mood. It's changing all the time, okay? So you have to learn to be able to customize your bike fit for you. Because your bike fitter might be free in a month's time, or maybe you got a bike fit 2 months ago, but you've lost 16 kilos. So now your seat is gonna go up maybe because your bum is smaller. So, you know, like you gotta learn how to adjust things yourself, okay? If I can do it, anyone can do it. If this bogan from Davron Park Technical College graduate can do it, anyone can do it, okay? So you learn how to do your bolts and tune your saddle, okay? This is another, and then you've got saddles with carbon rails. I don't recommend carbon rail saddles if you're over 70 kilos, okay? If you're crashing a lot, if you're having crashes, don't get carbon rail saddles because they break really easy. But if you want to weight weenie stuff, then you can't go past carbon rails. And again, Specialized power saddle, it's got the cutout there. Specialized power saddle, or any sort of Bontrager, Montrose, or Selitalia Super Boost. These are saddles, Superflow. These are saddles that fit most people. So you want to try them. The worst saddle, I've got one somewhere, is a Physique Arione. That's got no cutout, and it's just like, so many bikes that I buy super cheap have Physique Arione saddles on there. Like, it's the majority. And I'm like, people have that saddle and it sucks, and they just don't ride, or don't ride much. But now that bike's painful, I'll sell it for $200, you know. So it's crazy how cheap bikes can get sold if they have a Physique Arione on there. But some people love the Physique Arione. So again, it's proof that you just got to try, test ride, then decide. So saddle angle, sort of level like that, down like that, you be more weight forward, and that can, if you got more weight forward, then all of a sudden your arms are straight and you're trying to like support your upper body weight, and you're like this, all right, and you got all this tension through your neck. Okay, if your saddle is pointing like that. Now, if you're like Tadej Pogačar and you're around 60 kilos, you got a very slim, super lightweight upper body, perfect for cycling and running, then you can be fine having a pre-rotate like that for the steep climbs and stuff like that. Because if your saddle was like that and then you hit a climb, now your saddle's like that. Okay, so your hips are getting rotated back, so you can lose a little bit of power, etc. But how much power are you putting out? You know, so it depends as well. If you're smashing hill TTs, then having a pre-rotated saddle like that, you know, some people say, well, just drop your saddle and then level it up. But yeah, but still when you hit the hill, you know your saddle's gonna be like that, okay? So Tadej, he has his bike set up like that for the hilly courses. He's got a super light upper body, right? The heavier your upper body is, the more you wanna have your saddle level, because if you're dipping forward, you're gonna be having all this extra weight. Go and wear a 5 kilo backpack and ride around. You're like, man, this is, got all this extra weight on my upper body. You can feel it through your arms and your neck, okay? The extra strain and stress. So these are little things. Watch this video again and again. I'd also recommend do a deep dive, read some of Steve Hogg, his material online there. Also Neil Stanbury has some fantastic videos on the RCA channel, etc. So Neil Stanbury, Steve Hogg. There's also other amazing bike fitters out there, but I think those two guys really simplify it and make it really easy for the average person like me to understand. So again, to recap, saddle angle, you want to have it sort of almost dead level, and then maybe a degree, boom, just tilt it down like that. And the best seat post I like is these Thompson posts, because you can really micro adjust it. These two bolts here, Thompson, you can't get better than that. If your bike doesn't have a Thompson post on there, then you know it's compromise. And this deader post is basically like a Thompson. Okay, it's 2-bolt system, just works great, and you don't need to change the rails out for carbon stuff. But again, a lot of bikes come with proprietary seat posts these days, so you're losing your bike fit. Some of them, giant TCR, Giants generally have a pretty good 2-bolt system. Specialized, not too bad at the moment. But anyway, so that's the deal. Also, another thing, if you're having a lot of neck pain, move your saddle back in the rails, okay? This will put more weight over the rear wheel, because if your seat is slammed all the way forward, again, you're leaning forward more, you're closer over here. How's it going, mate? You know, you got $2, mate, and a smoke. And you know, you're closer to the front end, and you're loading you're trying to hold your weight up, so all this tension's going through here if your saddle is slammed forward. Again, now, if you're super skinny, you know, Pogacar, Chris Froome style, then you'll notice those guys all have their seat, you know, slammed forward, because they've got the weight over the bottom bracket there, can stomp on the pedals easier. But if you're a bit of a heavier rider, on the juice test, if you're taking more than 5 milligrams a week a test, you're probably going to be back here, okay? Because you're going to have a big upper body. So again, there's something to consider as well. If you're having neck pain, move your saddle back and move your saddle down, okay? For every 3 millimeters you move your saddle fore and aft, you want to move it down, okay? If you move your saddle back, you want to put your saddle down. If you're moving your saddle forward, you want to put your saddle up, because the closer this nose tip is to the bottom bracket, then the lower your seat will be. Does that make sense? Just rewind the video and play it again. Okay, but these are simple things. This is probably 25 years of faffing around with bike fits in this little video here. So it's condensed, rewind it, play it again and again and again. So if you're having neck pain, all right, maybe your saddle's slammed forward, move your saddle back. That will put the weight off your hands, and that will just de-tension. Think about it. The more grip you got in your hands, the more tension that's through here. You only want to be steering very lightly with your hands. So move your saddle back, okay, and you'll have less pressure through your neck. You'll have more saddle pressure, but that's okay, because we've done our homework with saddle angles now, haven't we? And we've found a saddle that works pretty much good for us. No saddle's perfect. No saddle's 100% perfect. You can probably get a saddle to like 90%, 95% comfort. No saddle's 100%, okay? We're not designed to ride bikes. We're not designed to sit in chairs. We're not designed to use mobile phones, looking down and having that cervical compression there, okay? So there's compromises to be made, but cycling's better than sitting in a car getting fat, killing people's kids and dogs. So yeah, ride your bike, and these bike fit tips is my goal, to get more bums on bikes, because a lot of people don't ride bikes because it hurts, okay? So where does it hurt, okay? Tell daddy where it hurts. Saddle straight, okay? And then maybe 2 degrees down, maybe a little bit. But if it's too far down, you're going to be dumped onto the bars, which is okay if you're super lean and you got no neck pain, cool. And you're more forward, you're more aggressive, it's that hill climb position. But you'll find that for most people, saddle level and then slam it back, and then creep it forward until you can do the Steve Hogg weight test, whatever it's called, balance test, where you're in the drops and you can just let go of the bars and you don't face plant, okay? If you can just let go of the bars pretty easily, you can type on your handlebars quite easily, then that's a good place for your saddle setback. If you're like, oh my God, like I'm white, like my knuckles are white holding onto the bars, I can't type, that means your saddle's too far forward. Bring it back, okay? Then you have the saddle back, means less weight on the front, means less neck pain, okay? Simple as that. Often people rise their bars up. That's not generally the solution, which you think it would be, but if the bars are high, then you got even more weight up here, and you're just like, So get back, put the weight back, light hands on the bars. Look at the pros, look how light their hands are on the bars, okay? They obviously, all pros have a super skinny upper body. That really helps on bike fit. The heavier you are, the more your saddle's going to be backwards. The lighter you are, the more you can have your saddle forward, because you're going to have less strain. Because you got, you know, think about it like if this is 10 kilos and it's bent like that, that's got a lot of pressure there. If this is 1 kilo, you know, it doesn't really matter. I can just pop it around. But 10 kilos, my wrist will be like cranking. Okay, so the lighter the upper body, the more aggressive you can have a position of.